Welcome to the human ear, window to the amazing world of sound. Ears are responsible for hearing and perception of sound. Hearing is possible through a complex process that involves the ear's ability to detect and interpret sound waves. Is hearing the only function of ear? No. It has another very important function in the day-to-day activities of human being. Ear is the organ that helps in maintaining the balance of our body. Hearing and maintaining the balance together, they play a crucial role in our ability to interact with the environment and communicate effectively. We can explore the incredible features of human ear and how it allows us to hear the world around us. The human ear has three main parts: the outer ear, the middle ear, and the inner ear. Outer ear. This includes the visible part called pinna, auditory canal, and tympanum or eardrum. Its function is to collect sound waves and direct them towards the middle ear. Middle ear. It contains three tiny bones: malleus, incus, and stapes. These three bones are collectively called ear ossicles. When sound waves reach the eardrum, these bones amplify and transmit the vibrations to the inner ear. Middle ear also contains eustachian tube. Eustachian tube, also known as auditory tube, is a narrow passage that connects the middle ear to the pharynx, situated behind our throat. It helps to maintain proper air pressure inside the middle ear. It is essential for the normal hearing and preventing damage to the eardrum. Inner ear. The inner ear is comprised of cochlea, three semicircular canals, and vestibule. Cochlea is a spiral-shaped structure filled with fluid and hair cells. These hair cells in the cochlea convert the amplified vibrations into electrical signals that the auditory nerve carries to the brain for interpretation. Semicircular canals and vestibule helps in maintaining the body balance. Structure of outer ear. The outer ear is the visible, external part of the ear that collects sound waves from the environment and directs them towards the middle ear for further processing. It plays a crucial role in the initial stages of hearing by capturing and funneling sound waves towards the middle ear. Outer ear consists of three structures: pinna or auricle, auditory canal, also known as ear canal, and tympanum or eardrum. Pinna is also known as auricle. It is the visible, fleshy and cartilaginous part of the ear located on the lateral side of the head. It has a unique shape that helps in capturing sound waves from different directions and funneling them into the auditory canal. Pinna has various folds, ridges and curves, which aid in sound localization, helping us to identify the direction of sound source. Auditory canal is also known as ear canal. Auditory canal is a tube-like structure that extends from the outer part of the ear, the opening of pinna, to the eardrum. Auditory canal is approximately 2.5 to 3 centimeters long and about 0.7 centimeters in diameter. It is lined with skin and fine hairs that help to trap dust particles and prevent foreign particles from entering into the ear. Tympanum or eardrum. Tympanum is commonly known as eardrum. Tympanum is a thin, semi-transparent membrane located in the end of the outer ear. It separates outer ear from the middle ear. Tympanum is one of the essential structures of the hearing process. Tympanum vibrates in resonance with sound waves. Tympanum is a dedicated cone-shaped membrane composed of three layers: the outer layer facing the auditory canal, a middle fibrous layer, and an inner mucosal layer facing the middle ear. When sound waves enter the auditory canal, they strike tympanum, causing it to vibrate. The vibrations of the tympanum amplify the sound waves and transmit them further into the middle ear. Functioning of outer ear. The primary function of the outer ear is to collect sound waves and direct them into the auditory canal towards tympanum or eardrum. Shape of pinna helps to capture the sound waves from different angles, helping us to determine the direction from which the sound is coming. When the sound waves reach the tympanum, tympanum will vibrate in resonance with the sound waves. This amplifies the sound waves and transmit them to the middle ear. Middle ear. The middle ear is a small air-filled cavity located between the outer ear and the inner ear. It is a crucial part of the auditory system and plays a vital role in transmitting sound vibrations from the eardrum to the inner ear, where sound is converted into electrical signals that the brain can interpret. Middle ear contains ossicles and eustachian tube. Ossicles. There are three small bones, malleus, incus, and stapes in middle ear. These three bones are collectively called as ossicles. First bone in the middle ear is malleus. Average size of malleus is about 8 millimeters in height and 2.7 millimeters in width. Malleus is attached with tympanum. Malleus receives vibrations from tympanum and transmits it to the next bone in the ossicle, that is incus. Incus is the second bone in ossicles. Average size of incus is about 6.8 millimeters in height and 5.3 millimeters in width. Incus act as an intermediary between malleus and stapes. One end of the incus is connected with malleus and the other end is connected with stapes. Incus transfers the vibrations received from malleus to stapes, the third bone in the ossicles. Stapes is the third bone in ossicles. Stapes is also the smallest bone in the human body. Average size of stapes is about 3.5 millimeters in height and 2.4 millimeters in width. One end of stapes is connected with incus and the other end is connected with oval window, which is the entrance towards the inner ear. Stapes receives vibrations from the incus and transmit them to the inner ear through the oval window. Oval window is a membrane-covered opening leading to the inner ear. Eustachian tube. Eustachian tube is also known as auditory tube. It is a narrow passage that connects middle ear with pharynx, which is the upper back of the throat situated behind nasal cavity. Eustachian tube is approximately 3.5 to 4 centimeters long and is lined with mucous chambers. The eustachian tube typically remains closed but can be opened voluntarily or involuntarily through certain actions such as swallowing, yawning, or chewing. Each human ear has one eustachian tube located in the middle ear cavity, and it plays a crucial role in maintaining proper air pressure between the middle layer and atmosphere. Normally, the pressure inside the middle ear should be the same as the pressure outside. However, changes in external pressure, such as during flights or ascending or descending from high altitudes, can cause pressure imbalances. The eustachian tube opens and allows air to flow in or out of the middle ear, equalizing the pressure on both sides of the eardrum. This process helps for normal hearing and prevents discomfort and protects the delicate structures of the middle ear. Drainage. The eustachian tube also aids in draining any fluids that may accumulate in the middle ear due to infections or inflammation. This drainage helps maintain a healthy ear environment and reduce the risk of ear infections. Functioning of middle ear. When sound waves enter the ear canal, they cause the eardrum to vibrate. The vibrations of the eardrum are then transferred to the ossicles in the middle ear. The ossicles amplify and relay the vibrations from the eardrum to the oval window. While transmitting, bonds in the ossicles amplify the sound vibrations. Normally, it amplifies up to 20 times higher than what they receive in the malleus. The chain of ossicles, malleus, incus and stapes, acts like a lever system which allows for efficient transmission of sound energy from the relatively large tympanum to the smaller oval window. This amplification is necessary because the inner ear requires a higher intensity of sound to function properly. In summary, the middle ear acts as a mechanical amplifier, transforming sound vibrations from the tympanum into fluid movements in the inner ear. The middle ear also has a crucial role in maintaining the correct air pressure in the ear. Inner ear. The inner ear is situated inside a bony case in the skull called bony labyrinth. The bony labyrinth provides protection and support for the delicate structures of the inner ear. There is a membranous structure inside bony labyrinth called membranous labyrinth or inner ear. The space between bony labyrinth and membranous labyrinth is filled with a fluid called perilymph. Perilymph plays a crucial role in protecting the inner ear. It also helps in transmitting sound vibrations from middle ear to the inner ear and maintains the proper functioning of sensory structures within the inner ear. The inner ear is a complex and delicate structure responsible for both hearing and body balance. Its main components are cochlea, which is responsible for hearing, 3 semicircular canals, and the vestibules, which are responsible for maintaining body balance. Membranous labyrinth is filled with a fluid called endolymph. Endolymph plays a crucial role in maintaining the proper functions of sensory structures responsible for both hearing and body balance. And it also helps to transmit sound vibrations. Endolymph is filled inside cochlea, vestibule, and 3 semicircular canals. Cochlea. The cochlea is a spiral-shaped, fluid-filled structure resembling a snail shell. It is the primary organ of hearing and converts sound vibrations into electrical signals that the brain can interpret as sound. Cochlea is a complex and highly specialized structure with several key components that play a crucial role in hearing process. Cochlea is divided into 3 fluid-filled chambers: upper chamber known as scala vestibule and lower chamber known as scala tympani. Scala vestibule and scala tympani are filled with perilymph fluid. The chamber in the middle that separates scala vestibule from scala tympani is called scala media or cochlear duct. Cochlear duct or scala media is filled with endolymph. There is a thin, flexible membrane that separates scala vestibule from cochlear duct. It is called Reisner's membrane. Basilar membrane, a flexible membrane structure located below cochlear duct, is called basilar membrane. Basilar membrane extends along the entire length of cochlea. This membrane varies in stiffness from base to apex. High-frequency sound waves cause vibrations near the base, and low-frequency sounds cause vibrations near the apex. The basilar membrane contains thousands of tiny hair cells. These hair cells have hair-like projections called stereocilia that are embedded in an overlying gel-like structure called the tectorial membrane. These hair cells are responsible for transducting sound vibrations into electrical signals. Basilar membrane and the hair cells are together known as the organ of Corti. There are two openings that connect middle ear with inner ear. Oval window is connected with stapes and transmits sound vibrations from the ossicles to the fluid-filled cochlea. The round window serves as a pressure release valve for the fluid inside the cochlea, allowing for the displacement of fluid as the fluid-filled cochlea responds to the sound vibrations. Transduction of sound. Cochlea's primary function is to convert sound waves into electrical signals that the brain can interpret. Shape of pinna helps to capture the sound waves from different angles, helping us to determine the direction from which the sound is coming. Sound waves enter the ear and travel through the external auditory canal to the eardrum or tympanum. Tympanum starts to vibrate according to the sound vibrations. The vibrations from tympanum is transmitted through the bones in the middle ear to the oval window that connects the stapes from middle ear with inner ear. The vibrations from the oval window causes ripples in the perilymph of the scala vestibule. These vibrations travel through the scala vestibule and will reach to the scala media or cochlear duct and causes ripples in endolymph within the cochlear duct. The movement of the endolymph causes the basilar membrane to move, and this will cause the movement of hair cells in the basilar membrane. And stereocilia, which are situated on top of the hair cells, are bent against the tectorial membrane, and this will generate electrical signals corresponding to that vibrations. Auditory nerves will carry these electrical signals generated by the hair cells and transmit to the auditory processing centers in the brain, where these signals are interpreted as sounds. There are 3 semicircular canals and 2 vestibules in inner ear, which is filled with perilymph fluid and contains hair cells which help to balance the body. Balancing the body. There are 3 semicircular canals and 2 vestibules in inner ear, which is filled with perilymph fluid and contains hair cells which help to balance the body. Semicircular canals. The 3 semicircular canals are fluid-filled tubes oriented at right angles to each other. They detect rotational movements of the head. When the head moves, the fluids in the canals also moves. And this movement is detected by hair cells in the semicircular canal, which signal the brain about changes in head position and movement. Vestibule. Vestibule contains tiny calcium carbonate crystals called otoliths, which are embedded in a gelatinous layer with hair cells. When the head moves in linear direction, acceleration or deceleration, the otoliths shift due to gravity, causing the gelatinous layer to move and stimulates the hair cells in the otolith organs. This provides information about linear motion and head tilt. The information from the vestibular system is sent to the brain to help us maintain balance, stabilize our gaze, and coordinate movements. Together with the cochlea's hearing function, the inner ear is essential for our overall sensory experience and spatial